Hi, it's Graham Martin, good to see you again, and I am the Recruitment Guy with another 5-minute interview. We're in the car park behind the back of our office in North London. I've grabbed hold of an electrician. We've been trying to interview an electrician for months and they're always so busy. So, Imitayz, good to see you.
Nice to meet you. That's okay.
I hope you don't mind me grabbing you.
No,
I saw your van and we've got the camera crew here today, so we're going to try and get an interview for 5 minutes to talk to the people that are watching what it's like to be an electrician. So first off, I like the fact you're all dressed up very, very smartly and you've got a nice delivery van, but how long have you been an electrician?
I've been an electrician now for 25 years.
25 years?
Yeah.
And have you always wanted to be an electrician?
Not initially. I mean, I actually had no choice in it, but my dad was an electrician and he got me into it, and here I am 25 years later and do not regret a single moment.
Bit of a family business?
Yes, it was initially, but now it's my own business and I employ a few lads, and it's just a small business.
Great. So what kind of things does an electrician actually do on a daily basis?
Well, basically we get up very early, you've got to bear that in mind, and off we go, because generally in construction you start off early and we go off to site, do our sort of daily preparations or whatever we've got to do, depending on what type of electrician you want to become. I'm an installation electrician, so it's all installation work, and what we do, we put in power, lighting, air conditioning, all kinds of, anything that you see in a building, that's what an electrician actually will do.
And what's the best bit of being an electrician?
The best bit, I'll say, it's probably going to meet people. You're never in the same place for a second day, unless you're on a bigger project or anything like that, but you get to meet a lot more people.
And what's the worst aspect of being an electrician? Worst
aspect, I would say, is probably what we call our second fix of our job. It's where we have to cut in the cables into the walls. So very dusty, all of that sort of thing. But look, at the end of the day, it gives us a good finish.
And can it be hard work?
Anything's going to be hard work, and it certainly is. It's not an easy thing, but if you work hard at it, as with anything, you will be successful.
And do you ever get hurt? Do you ever come away with cuts and bruises?
I used to get hurt when I first started off as a young 16-year-old, but you get used to the pain, and there comes a time when you don't get hurt.
So not for wusses. And do you ever find that you go home, you're laying in the bar thinking, oh, it was a heavy day?
You certainly do, but generally when I get home, I've got kids now, and I forget what a hard day it was. So
have you got to be pretty fit though?
You have to be fit.
A lot of lifting heavy cables and stuff.
Yeah, in general, obviously you do get assistance on lifting up heavy things like that. You do get training on manual handling, but I would say, generally your fitness levels do need to be.
And what about training? Is there much training available?
There certainly is. You can train for the rest of your life, and with the electrical industry, you've got to be proactive with training. But initially, what we like to do is to put people onto day release college. So you go to college one day and then you get on-site training with the likes of myself for 4 days.
So are initial qualifications at GCSE level, are they important?
Very important, I would say to you, and you will need this for the rest of your lives in any case, which goes without saying. Maths, English, science, anything like that will help. ICT will all help in eventually if you want to go on and run your own business. But yeah, definitely, that qualifications are must. And GCSE, it all begins from the GCSEs.
And what about prospects? How can an electrician develop? I mean, you run your own business, but if you don't want to run your own business, are there opportunities to progress?
100. If you look across the world, the electrical industry is massive, and you can actually branch off into all sorts of. I mean, I've gone into security. I've gone into other parts that we've looked at is what we call specialised, like smart homes. So there's so much that you can actually branch out into.
And I suppose for a lot of people that are watching, they want about the money.
Yeah.
I guess you've got a nice home and a nice car, but if you're starting off, what would a trainee electrician at 16, 18, what would they be earning?
Okay, as a 16-year-old, you're at the bottom of the ladder, unfortunately. But that's not to say that you will not get to where you go. So you can expect to be earning. You're looking. If I tell you in days term, you'll probably earn about, say, £20 to £30 a day with your minimum wage.
Yeah.
That'll be in your first year. It's all based on performance and the actual qualifications that you gain. So in the second year, once you've been qualified, you can expect that to jump up to, say, £50 a day. By the time you get to your fifth year, which is what we tend to look at, you could be well on your way to earning like £200, £300 in a week.
Really?
Yep.
So good money, and somebody who's then going, you can join the Navy, the Armed Forces.
You can jump, because if you think about it, electricity is everywhere. You look everywhere, you need electricity, and the other thing is that we have a massive skills shortage in England.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people that have been.
There's not a lot of, and actually, there's not a lot of good qualified people.
Yeah, I know you've got a logo logo on your sweatshirt. What does that mean?
Well, basically what it is that this actually recognises this is a government approved body that we all work to certain standards, and I like to say that in Britain we have got very high standards. If anything, it's one of the highest standards in the world. And what this is the National Inspection Council for electrical installation contractors that we belong to. And what they do, they come over once a year. They come have a look at my work, they look at all our documentation, they look at projects that we've done, and we go and they view.
So it's regulated, so if anybody
totally.
who's going to go and hire an electrician, always look for somebody with the right logo.
Yeah.
So if there's one piece of advice you'd say today to somebody that's thinking about becoming an electrician, what would that be?
I would say one advice would be to be positive if you're going to come into this industry, work hard at it, and the world is your oyster.
Fantastic. We've done it in just under 5 minutes. Thank you for your time.
That's
we really
all right,
appreciate
no
it. But you're going to go on your way.
Yeah.
So thank you, Imitayz.
Not at all. Lovely to meet you.
Enjoy your day.
Have a
Graham
good day.
Martin, the Recruitment Guy, saying goodbye.